Hi everyone, it's Karen Sparkle. So, can I just be honest? I had to say thank you to my friend with the dude for your video about the Little Mermaid from this morning. So, I just thought I share you guys my own review of the Little Mermaid. So, and just before I go ahead, I just wanted to just wanted to say that you're very welcome for my inspiration and well for your video of course with the dude because I had to be honest, I like your review video. It's really good. And I appreciate your kindness. So yeah, you know, since I'm a huge Little Mermaid fan and I know everyone knows how much that Little Mermaid is special. So I just hope you guys going to enjoy my own review video about the Little Mermaid. So let's get on it. So let's just say The Little Mermaid has always been my favorite ever since my childhood. So don't get me wrong, everyone loves Little Mermaid as I do, but believe me, I just like it than anyone else does because it's just so special to me. Eh. But it doesn't matter who loves it the most or who likes it the less, but it doesn't really matter anyway. But I just say, I just, well, like I said, huge fan of the film. So let's gonna say that I'm gonna talk about each movies. I'm gonna talk about my own opinions and review on the characters, and maybe after that I might do talk about songs or something like that, and whatever. And I'll share you some more information. Other things that I like about the Little Mermaid and things that I always remember about the Little Mermaid. Then The Little Mermaid, 1989. So let's just say that movie has always been my favorite of all time, ever since I was a kid. So I had to be pretty honest. I remember watching it from a VHS. I remember a picture of it so well. I just remembered the picture of Ariel with a flower petal in her finger, and this flounder and Sebastian right next to her, and this has Ursula the Sea Witch on the title. You might some of you may remember it, so I'm sure some of you might remember, like I did. So yeah, I just remember that picture so well. Um, so let's just say that's always been the top thing I know about the Little Mermaid because I used to have it on the VHS. So that's the first reason to start liking the Little Mermaid in the first place. And let's take the fact that the opening theme from the beginning always gave me so much vibe, like magical vibe, I would say, because it's just so magical. Like you're dreaming that you're under the sea, being a mermaid or being one of those sea creatures, something like that. Imagine that. If I was in the Little Mermaid, I would definitely be a mermaid, like Ariel, for example. So I just love Ariel. So I always believe that music will always give me so much nostalgia moments. So well. So let's just say it starts with the ship with Prince Eric, and then it starts with it, and then after that it will go to the opening, um, you know, showing what it's like under the sea, and then all the mermaids and mermen appears, and they all went to the kingdom called Atlantica, and they all went to the concert. because there was a royal kingdom doing their own performance, and that's Ariel's sisters. So, for example, let's just gonna say that it, well, let's just say it's kind of a bit confusing because from the original, including the TV show, to the Ariel's beginning, there's been a bit of a mix-up with the age gap for Ariel's sisters. So let's just say I have to be pretty honest. Goes like this from order: Aquara, Adrena, Arista, Athena, Adela, and Alana. So yeah, so that's the actual order of Ariel's sisters. So, but in Ariel's beginning, it's just a bit of mix-up. So let's just say it's going to be confusing for all of us, but don't worry. It's let's just say it's something to do with the colors from the fish tail. I mean, what's the big deal? Oh, heavens. My sorry. Um, um, let's just say um, I just find it a bit confusing. So Aquara was supposed to be the oldest of the sisters, but in Ariel's beginning, it turns out to be, uh, well, you know, Athena. Hey, hey, hey. So let's just say, let's just focus on the Little Mermaid original movie. So in the movie, it's about a young mermaid named Ariel, and and she has this sort of against for her father's rules about humans. And let's just explain that King Triton has this sort of hatred towards humans for obvious reason. So let's just say that Ariel is not really, obeying his rules because she sees different about these humans because she sees something like nice about nice about them. Yeah, I just saying that Ariel just sees differently to the humans to what King Triton sees them in sort of way. Yeah, I just let's just say it's, it can be pretty normal sometimes when having the different opinions to one another. But with Ariel and King Triton, it's well, I just hate the way King Triton just treats Ariel like this. I mean, forcing her to hate humans like like the way he did, it's just so unacceptable. I mean, well, that's just my opinion, so don't you know? Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest that I just don't really like King Triton that much in the original movie. He's just such a drama king. And let's just say Ariel can be in the wrong at times, but I just don't want to twist things or anything. But I'm just saying that Ariel sometimes can think that she might be right at times, but sometimes she might be wrong. So let's not judge that, okay? So yeah, and say I just like the bit when Ariel sings her thoughts about humans in her secret grotto, and and she, um and she just so interesting of what it's like in the human world, and that was before when she actually met Prince Eric. Well, clearly that's just her first moment seeing Eric, seeing his face dancing with his, you know, crew and his dog Max. And I just remembered that Ariel's just like the way she looks at him, like sort of way. It's like she feels something about him, like like she's in love. But and that's literally confirmed that she's in love with him. I had to be honest, even though she barely knows Prince Eric, but you can't really blame her for it though, because sometimes, even if you guys remember, um, the quote from Elsa from Frozen said, "You can't just marry a man that you just met." I mean, there's nothing wrong about it, really. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Well, kind of depends, really. Well, if it's true love, like Anna said, but really, sometimes in real life, we just got to get used to this, really, so don't get me wrong. But luckily, I'm not going to get into this sort of romantic stuff, thank you very much. So, well, I just believe that Ariel just really loves Eric, because she just has this sort of interest in humans. And I just and that's and let's just say one of these reasons I like about Ariel's having interest in humans is the way she collects humans things. Like, what's the word that she calls them? Bigamabob or Bigamajiggers, I think it's called. Because I remember this episode called Bigamajigger, and I think that's the episode when she actually saw Prince Eric, well, the younger Eric, even though she didn't actually see his face on that moment. But I just remember that episode clearly enough. Now I just thought I might mention it. So I just, be honest. So if you guys remember the word that she said in that episode,
I wish I could have seen his face.
but gladly she did in the original movie. And after the whole shipwreck thing, and Ariel saved his life from drowning, I just love the scene when she sings to Prince Eric and when he wakes up. And I just like the picture of Ariel singing, you know, the sunrise reflects behind Ariel. I mean, it's just so realistic, something like that. I don't know. I was just not really good at explaining things. Get my own facts straight sometimes. So yeah, I just saying that I just love that scene. It's just so magical somehow. Hmm. So yeah, I don't know if about you guys, but sometimes some people may say that they um don't know. I think they say something about they want to do the same thing what Ariel did to Eric, sing a song while their love interest is sleeping, something like that. So yeah, so don't get too judgmental, please, because I know this can be embarrassing. And yeah, I just saying that scene just so romantic sort of way. And skip to that bit when back at home where Ariel's sisters were were curious with Ariel's strange behavior. And I like that the next scene when Sebastian sings to Ariel called Under the Sea. I just like that song actually. It's just so interesting. Ever since I was a kid, it gave me a little dance, like um up to the top from High School Musical. Yeah, you probably don't. Some of you may remember that bit from High School Musical, but not here to talk about High School Musical here. Talking about the Little Mermaid, really. What am I talking about? Huh. So yeah, I just like that song. Sebastian is really good crab. Some, I believe some people saying that Sebastian is actually a lobster, and some people keep saying that he's just a crab. I mean, what's such a difference about that? I mean, does it really matter? I mean, he's just a crab that after all. Yeah, I just like that scene anyway. Always cheers me up that song. Whenever if I did not in myself or something, I always feel like needed a bit of fun music to cheer myself up. You know, have a little giggle, something like that. And speaking of which, of giggle, I remember the episode. Okay, after that, when when King Triton finds out about, you know what, Ariel saved Prince Eric and that, and he wasn't really happy about it. He was very strict, like always. And but what's worse was he destroyed Ariel's human collections. I mean, what kind of father do something like that? I mean, Ariel doesn't deserve it. Some of you may think that she does deserve it, but can I just be honest? She doesn't. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong or anything, but I'm just saying that my opinion and other people's opinion are just trying to make sure that we're trying to make sense to you guys. That Ariel doesn't deserve any of it. Not a single thing. So, yeah. So, at least try to accept our opinion about it, okay? And try to be more selfless about it, please. And, so yeah, I just feel so bad for Ariel when King Triton destroyed all Ariel's treasures. I mean, if I was Ariel, I would have shouted at him and go like this. You're such a mean dad ever! I wish how I wasn't your daughter! Something like that. But I wouldn't, you know, if I was Ariel, I would definitely say that to King Triton. Sheesh. Well, don't get me wrong, because everyone can have an opinion, so don't judge that, please. And after that, Ariel actually meets Asia's two sidekicks. I know the names, but sometimes it just keeps comes out of my head. So yeah, mm, and they tried to persuade Ariel that to believe that Asia can actually help her, you know, how to get to Prince Eric. So yeah, if I remember correctly, that scene always gave me the heebie-jeebie as a kid. Though it doesn't really bother me anymore. I mean, like seriously, not like I just sometimes get a little creep because those little gardening creatures that Aisha kept in her cave. Even though they actually the mermaids and mermen who got turned into those gardens. I mean, seriously, I feel so bad for them. And that's what Aisha was planning to do, actually. She wanted to use Ariel to be her guardian. I mean, what kind of savage who really wants to have a princess like Ariel to be part of her garden? I mean, that's a bit weird. Yeah. Um, and that's when Aisha gave Ariel a deal about if she doesn't get Prince Ariel to kiss her on the third day, she'll turn back into a mermaid. But, and if, if Prince Ariel did kiss her on the third day, she'll remain human. But, yeah. So let's just say, just skip that to the bit when Aisha literally asked for Ariel's voice, and which Ariel did give her voice, and then turn it into a human. I had to be pretty honest, I didn't like it one bit. The way Ursula turns Ariel into a human, that bit always seemed to be very dangerous to me. It's not a safe transformation. I don't know, I just think it's kind of a bit, harsh, I think. And Ariel nearly fainted, I mean, but luckily she got Flounder and Sebastian here to save her, just in time before she could actually breathe again, which she just, when they all reached to the surface. Yeah, I have to be pretty honest. I always believe that seeing can be a bit dangerous to me, and I bet some of you guys may agree with me about this point. Yeah, sure you can feel. Yeah, and that's when just before Ariel actually met Eric, like face to face, the first time. I mean, I always find that scene very cute. I mean, even though she didn't have a voice on that scene, but the way she tried to do that sign language about, trying to explain Eric what really happened, but Eric was like confused, like, you know, and then he realized that Ariel needs help, and then takes her back to his castle, and that's where Ariel got settled and that, and then in the dining room where Eric is waiting for Ariel to come in, wearing that beautiful pink dress. I just love that dress actually. It's so adorable on Ariel. Believe me, it's cute. Well, don't get me wrong, I definitely do love pink. No matter what people say, I always love pink. Yeah, I just love that pink dress. And let's just say I kind of like that scene actually. It's really good. Well, the next bit is kind of funny actually. I believe this actually a fight scene with Sebastian and Louis the chef. I don't really like that guy. He's such a creepy crook. I mean, mm, he's he just has this obsession to attack Sebastian with the thingy in his hand. I mean, seriously? I don't think so, Chef Louis, because Sebastian is faster than you think, so whoopee, he's supersonic. Yeah, definitely supersonic. Yeah, I just find that scene so funny, especially when Sebastian pinched Louis on the nose, making that. I just like that scene. Yeah, I just love that noise. Actually, every time I hear that noise, it always gives me a little jumpy. I was like, oh, gee, something like that. Yeah. And after that, you know, then, in a couple of next scenes when Eric and Ariel went to the town and Ariel was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She was like, excited, all those different things like she never seen before. I was okay. So let's say I just didn't like that movie. So I might as well gonna say I will do a part two to do more Little Mermaid review. So I'm just gonna focus on the original movie for now. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. So let's just say I just like that scene so much, especially the dance scene when Ariel and Eric dance together. And I definitely like that blue dress that she's wearing and that cute bow on her head. Oh, that makes Ariel more, even more beautiful. So adorable. Yeah. Imagine having a kid and you just like to have them to wear something similar to that. You know, imagine that. Um, uh, yeah. And I also liked the bit when they were both in, you know, lagoon and that song, "Kiss the Girl." I just like that song. Well, let's just say that's not the only version I like. Actually, I also like Peter Anderson's version. And I also like Ashley Tisdale. You probably might remember that one actually. Uh, it's such a good pop version, you know. Oh, yeah, I just like that song so much. It's so catchy. I mean, I can't even get it out of my head. But did you know Ashley Tisdale is actually um, the actress who plays Sharpay from High School Musical, and also the voice of Candace from Phineas and Ferb? Yeah, I have to be pretty honest, that's really her. And when I first found out that that was really her, I was like, what? OMG! Yeah, something like that. Uh, 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 I just find it surprising. uh So, so let's just skip that. Let's turn to focus to the next scene. Um, okay, where what what where Ariel and Eric were about to kiss, but it was ruined. You, you, you could you could thank that Ashla the Sea Witch. What a such jerk! I mean, I wish I could punch it in the face. I mean, seriously, what is wrong with her? Those villains always so obsessed to win? Like really? All the time? I mean, seriously, come on, villains. You know you can't always win. Heroes will always win, no matter what you villains say. So yeah, we'll show you who's boss. So yeah, punching. So yeah, I just having fun here, and just saying that I just, even though I dislike the villains so much, I sometimes like some of them, like Maleficent, Nisha the Sea-Witch. I don't really like Captain Hook actually. Such a jerk. I mean, he's a cranky pants. Like such a baby. And he screams like a girl anyway, so you know, with a crocodile and all that. Or the octopus. I got yourself laughed there, Savvy King. Hmm. Yeah, to be pretty honest. Um, yeah. Even though I'm not really much a fan of Peter Pan, but I know Savvy is. But don't get me wrong. But I also don't judge or anything. I just don't really like Peter Pan like at all. Because Captain Hook. Well, let's just say I don't want to be offensive or anything. It's not really my type of sort of the Disney or like that. I just kindly prefer Tinkerbell over Peter Pan media. Yeah. So I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, guys, including you, Sophie. Please, that's just my opinion. So yeah. But let's just focus on Little Mermaid here. Okay. Okay. So after that, back in the kingdom, Eric was just minding his own, feeling sad or something. I don't know. I don't know whether if he's really that sad, like sort of disappointed, like he couldn't find the girl of his dreams. Even though that was Ariel the whole time. But that's the bit when Eric realized that he somehow has feelings for Ariel, but he doesn't really know that Ariel is actually the girl of his dream. So, but we will get to that bit in any time. So, and until that, he hears a singing voice of a woman, and she was like walking along, singing, and it's got Ariel's voice. And you guys can possibly know who that is. Of course, Ursula the Sea Witch. in the sky. Ugh, I just hate that witch. Believe me. You. Believe me. Um, that she actually named her human self Vanessa. Yeah, I just say it. Um, I just, um, I just don't really like the way that whole magic from Isha's necklace thingy went through Eric's eyes. Hypnotizing him and making him believe that she was the one who saved him. I mean, that's not good. Woohoo. But it won't last long. But I won't ruin it, guys, because I'm still going to keep on going to the next part. And that's next bit when Ariel finds out about Eric is getting married to Vanessa. And she was like, my goodness, it's too late. How am I able to get back to my form again? Something like that. So I don't know. I mean, I do feel sorry for Ariel because I don't really. Well, what I'm trying to say here is that oh, it just makes me feel sad for Ariel. Seeing her sad, it makes us sad. You know, so heartbroken. Yeah. And that's until Scott discovers Ishla's identity as Vanessa, and that's when he warned Ariel, Sebastian, and Flounder that is Isla the whole time, and they all had to get to the ship and stop the wedding while Sebastian gets to King Triton, while Scott will get all the other sea creatures to distract the wedding, while Flounder helps Ariel get to the ship. I have to be pretty honest. I kind of like that scene actually. The fight scene. With the sea creatures attacking Isla as Vanessa. Like splashing her. Or splatting with the cake. I mean, you deserve it, evil witch. And I have to be pretty honest. It did make me a bit. Gave me quite a little giggle when she said to the sea creatures, "Get me off, you slimy!" Something like that. I mean, okay, give me a break. I know I'm overreacting here, but don't worry, guys. I'm perfectly fine. I just being silly. So yeah, thankfully Ariel got there in time, and then and until Max the dog bit Aisha on the butt. Ooh, now that kind of hurts. And that's when the Aisha's necklace got destroyed and Ariel's got her voice back. And Eric is happy to know that Ariel was the one who saved him and his dream. And now when they were about to confess their love for each other, but but it's too late now because Ariel got turned back into a mermaid. I mean, that's kind of shocking for Eric, though. And and then after that, Aisha turned herself back into a sea witch form and kidnapped Ariel. And but luckily, to be honest, the King Triton was there just in time to stop Aisha from kidnapping Ariel. Well, that's just until Aisha um manipulates King Triton to you know to take Ariel's deal. And then, so, you know, so, so King Triton, you know, turned into God and instead Ariel. Oh, gosh. I actually feel sorry for King Triton now. So, yeah. Well, yeah, I feel sorry for King Triton and Ariel. And not just until Eric stumped Ursula from threatening Ariel. Ay, ay. And I also kind of like the bit, even though that was very heroic of Ariel to do by stopping Ursula from zap Eric with a Triton, but luckily Ariel stopped Ursula but zapped her psychics instead. I have to be honest, she deserves it. Ursula does deserve everything because she is evil after all. And the way she says to those things to her psychics by said, "My poor little babies." I mean, seriously, okay, I got to be creep now. Ugh. And that when she started to become more angry. Then she just turned into a big giant. I mean, I have to be pretty honest that I believe most of the people saying, "Oh, I'm scared," something like that. Well, that used to scare me as a kid. So I won't judge you that or anything, but can I just be honest? It's okay to be scared. Because there's nothing to be scared of, really. It's only a cartoon. So, and I'm sure some of you already know it's only a cartoon, but some people may not know that. Like, the children, for example. Because when we were kids, we don't even know that they weren't exactly real. If you guys remember that, at that point. I have to be pretty honest, I did kind of find it a little creepy, because the way Ariel and Ariel were together, and the whole ocean was like shaking because it, shaking, shake Sonora, something like that. And then Ursula just turns up, it becoming a giant and trying to destroy the whole world with the Triton. But luckily, Ariel and Eric teamed up because, well, even though, because Ursula trapped Ariel, well, it was the whole thing for Eric to save Ariel this time. Because if you guys remember the time when Ariel saved him, but it was Eric's turn to save Ariel. I mean, it is kind of a bit obvious because times not all us girls can be damsel in distress. I mean, seriously. Like, like for Robin Hood, yeah, something like that. But believe me, some men can be damsel in distress too sometimes. It depends on what cartoon you're watching. Like Miraculous Ladybug, because Catnaught always get damsel in distress instead of Ladybug, because she's supposed to be the main superhero. I mean, some people think that Catnaught should be more heroic than being a damsel in distress. But we're not here to talk about Miraculous Ladybug. We're here to talk about how many times do I have to keep telling you myself? Yeesh. So yeah, I just have to be pretty honest. It is kind of a bit creepy just to some people, the way, Ishtar got killed off. I mean, seriously, it can be a bit creepy. And I didn't even like it one bit, actually, if I had to be honest with you guys. I didn't like it when you actually see her skeleton's face. Ugh. Too creepy. Don't think it. Well, let's just say it's Halloween very soon. So yeah, I had to get myself to the point that it is Halloween soon. Next Monday. So yeah, I just really honest. That scene can be a bit scary to some people. Well, except for me, of course. But it can be a little creepy. So yeah, I do understand, guys. Don't worry. I'm not judging or anything. Just saying. So soon after that, everything was back to normal, and all of those gardens turned back into their mermaid selves, and King Triton was back to his normal self again, And after that, Ariel was just sitting there watching Prince Eric, and King Triton was like sad or something, and he was like, "Oh, what have I done?" Something like that. And and then he realized that his mistakes, and I also realized that his daughter really, really loves Prince Eric, and I love the humans too. I mean, so yeah, and I kind of actually happy for King Triton because the way he helped transformed Ariel back to human again. I mean, that's a good thing to do. So yeah, even though Ariel and Eric barely knew each other, but it doesn't really that matter. I mean, and besides, they're my favorite couple anyway of the whole Disney thing. They're one of my favorites. And I'm just gonna say, I have to be pretty honest. I do like the bit when they both started kissing, and I'm lucky that I didn't get to hear all these smoochy noises. Ugh, I hate that noise. But luckily, it didn't happen in that movie. Yeah. And anyway, um, luckily they both got the happy ending. And I had to be honest with you guys. I will going to mention that I'm agreeing with everyone with the same when with Ariel and King Triton having having their final moment, and the way Ariel said,
I love you, Daddy.
I mean, that gave us a little heart touched. I mean, and we like it makes us like oh something like that. So yeah, I always like that scene. I always imagine me saying that to my dad, or saying that to my own mom, sister, and granddad. Saying I love you like that. It is a nice thing anyway to say something like that. Believe me, so touching. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Give myself a break. Um, I'll so let's just be honest. Just before I go, there's another funny bit I kind of find it very funny. Another fight with Chef Louis and Sebastian. But luckily, Sebastian wins again. Is it that right, Chef Louis? You deserve for being a bratty. Uh, make sure you go to the dentist next time, Louis, because you might need some braces. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Okay, so like I said, I'm happy that everyone has the happy ending, and I'm glad they have. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's it. I'm afraid, but don't you guys worry, because I will talk about the Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea, and maybe Ariel's Beginning sometime very soon as a part 2, or maybe the TV show or something like that. If I have time, something like that. So yeah. But like I said, I'll catch you guys very soon. And if you have any sort of questions about the Little Mermaid, be free to do so. So no hesitate or anything, something like that. But please comment, because I already explained that I always do feel like a little annoyed that nobody seems to comment like at all. Gosh, maybe sorry. Sorry if if I a bit rude or something. Sure you guys understand. So yeah. So anyway, I'll catch you guys very soon. So bye.